Thaboxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the
body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him, actually, he was crying in there.
You're saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him?
Yes.
When did that happen?
And perhaps the fourth round on.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
Yes. What is up, TVV family? Yes, we're just going to ignore like any sort of intros we have for Rob and me as round one is starting. Yes. And Josh Warrington is already being aggressive. So what's up, Rob? You know, we're jumping on very late as Showtime telecast is starting, as the round is starting. How you doing?
Yeah, I was just doing my Nesta Gibbs impersonation, arriving late.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I thought you were napping. You weren't. That would have been a full Nesta Gibbs.
Not at all.
But first round starting out, both guys, trying to establish the jab already. I didn't see the ring walk, so shout out to Showtime. They didn't show them. How was the walkouts there, Rob?
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. Like you say, I jumped on late, but yeah, bit good atmosphere by the sounds of it. I've got it on my headphones. It sounds and Selby got a hostile reception, I should say.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Warrington definitely pressuring him, as I predicted. It's definitely going to be on Selby to really, show his class, as he's been saying he has for years.
Yeah. I definitely need Warrington to have any success in this. He needs to be the pressure fighter and put Selby on the back foot, because I think if it comes to a war and a tear-up, Josh Warrington might cause the upset. But if Selby's allowed to do his thing, then it should be Warrington being taken to school, I think.
Yeah, like right now, like Warrington's allowing like Selby to almost be like pressuring him, like allowed to be on the front foot. I think Warrington should almost be like Sean Porter, like throw the left hook like he is right there and just pressure him, maul him. Take a page out of Maidana's playbook, Porter's playbook, Triple G's playbook, the likes. Use that jab, get on the inside, and start ripping to the body, make Selby uncomfortable. We've seen Selby uncomfortable in the past. Selby needs his space. He needs to be able to use those long limbs and his reach. Use his legs to be able to dictate, the pace and the range of the fight. Warrington needs to ignore that completely.
Yeah, sorry. Thought he'd caught Selby a little bit there. But, this atmosphere sounds great at the football stadium there. This is great. And shout out to Coach Middy in the crowd. He's a few seats back of ringside, so good spot.
Shout out to the coach. What time are you in? Just to see if there's any delay between the UK time and our time.
I've got a minute left in round one.
Oh, wow. I'm like 30 seconds ahead of you. Oh, my goodness.
What is going on? It's in this freaking country.
And you're the one that gets fucked over. That is just sad day.
I mean, if you wanted to sync up, that would be awfully good of you.
I'll sync up at the end of the round, and then you tell me when the round's over there. See?
Okay.
See? Use your head there.
Yeah.
Oh, good right hand. When Selby's actually dictating the being the aggressor, I should say.
Selby is actually coming forward a bit and got Warrington going backwards a little bit. But from what I see, Warrington's looking up for the scrap as well, but coming in bursts, really.
My round's over. Let me know where you're at, or let me know when your round's over.
Yep.
Selby definitely, I think, has just the superior jab. I mean, he is, I think, the faster boxer potentially, like overall. But Warrington's deceptively quick with his left hook. Like there'll be times where he unloads 3 or 4 in a row. And it's like, wow, okay, you have something here. Maybe you can capitalize on this if you can add the right hand to it, add a combination to it more than the left hook.
Yeah, well, they've just gone into the corner now, so that's the end of the round.
Perfect. We are now almost synced up, probably like mere seconds away. Close enough. Who cares? Who did you give that round to? That was a close round.
It's one of those that, it's very difficult for the judges. I think Selby looked maybe the more controlled fighter behind the jab, but Warrington seemed to do the more combination work.
He had those aggressive moments that maybe were more flashy to the judges. I don't know. That's a hard round to judge. That's a swing round in my opinion. I'd probably give that to Selby.
Yeah, just I think a little bit more accurate and a little bit more. But he did catch. Just seeing a little highlight there. He did catch Selby with a couple of good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it depends on these judges and what they like. And, and as soon as a shot lands and this massive home crowd behind Warrington, you never know. This home advantage might just swing judges into thinking things that maybe weren't there. But
round 2 is starting. Let us know in the chat who you thought won the first round. Very curious, because this fight, in my opinion, is probably going to go to the scorecards. So it's going to come down to who won on rounds.
Yeah, I mean, neither guy have got huge knockout power. It's pretty much going to be a 12-round decision either way.
Warrington right now seems like the smaller guy in there as well, both in height and size. Like Selby just seems to be like his wingspan is so large. He has very long legs as well, so he can really extend into the jab at times.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of times I see it that a fighter doesn't use a double jab just to really cut that distance and stop the other hand maybe coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But they're definitely looking for a tear up, and I think that slightly goes into Warrington's side of things. When there's a cut.
Yep.
Selby's got a cut. Yeah,
good right hand by Warrington too.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like Warrington is able to counter off of that Selby jab when he gets close. Selby needs to add a left hook a little bit to his combinations, because he's allowing Warrington to basically get on the inside. Warrington doing a good job right now.
Oh, this home crowd really, I think, is going to lift Warrington. I think Selby might be in a little bit of shock here of just where he's at. This is going to be a war, I think.
I remember I predicted that this fight was much closer than those predicting a Selby domination. Warrington's too tough. Warrington's too game. He's too live of a dog.
He's a Yorkshireman.
And Selby's never been like the goods. He's never been this world beater. His biggest win is Jonathan Barros. Like that's
right.
Or Ivani Gradovic. Like, let's not really get hyped up on Lee Selby. Lee Selby is a good boxer, but he's always been just a little bit above domestic, in my opinion. He's at world level, definitely, but he's always been just a little bit above domestic. Warrington hasn't proven that he's above domestic yet, but this could be the fight that he does.
Yeah. I was listening to another podcast, and Warrington has been described as such a really nice bloke, kind of in the Ricky Hatton mold, as well as having a city behind him. And up to 2 years ago, he was still delivering his own tickets to fights. When he was being hit up for tickets, he was hand delivering them himself. A real man of the people. But
damn, that right hand.
Yeah. Oh, and again,
Warrington's.
Selby's looking to hold.
Selby comes back with a jab to end the round, but I mean, that second round I think was a clear Warrington round.
Definitely,
it's either 2-0 Warrington or 1-1 apiece. But great fight so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset either way, but as long as you gave that second round to Warrington, you're not going to get an argument from me.
Definitely.
But I think that was a clash of heads with the cut, though. But it's going to happen in fights.
Yeah, it is. But those right hands were on the money. That right hand did hurt Selby. It dropped him a little bit. Now the headbutt might have added to it, but that was a right hand that clipped him after that. Boom, right on the chin. And you see his knees give out a little bit. Warrington's got some sneaky power here. He could surprise us.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those divisions. Unless you've got real, explosive mega power, these guys just swing the gloves at each other nonstop, and it's all action. But
he could pick up like a crucial knockdown or two to be able to on points, make the decision either closer or more in his favor. So becoming a little bit aggressive in this third round here. Trying to establish the jab, establish the 1-2.
Yeah, he's got to nurse that eye through. That looks pretty bad one, I think.
It is. It is pretty bad.
He needs to calm down and not try and get drawn into some crazy flurries, I think, and try and control it with that jab.
Selby's path to victory is to make this fight unappealing to the casuals, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's got to make this boring now.
I don't get why Warrington's letting up, though. Like, he's allowing Selby to, jab him, go to the body a little bit. Shout out to Arturo Shoddy saying on the super chat, just saying nothing, but just saying the super chat. Thank you. Salute to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
I don't like this Warrington on the back foot against the ropes. I don't like this at all. He's ineffective here.
I mean, like I say, I kind of thought he would work in flurries. So if he's just, with the judges, and if Selby is that, better skilled fighter, if he can end a round with a lot of flurries and looking aggressive, that maybe be enough to swing judges for awarding the rounds. And when Warrington is landing, I think he's getting an effect.
I agree. Even these select shots to the body he's been throwing in this round so far, they've been landing.
Yeah.
Oh, good right hand by Warrington again. He's been able to time that jab consistently.
Yeah, he's getting Selby walking in on it. Eh?
Well, Selby's not really throwing many feints either. That's a concern. He's always just throwing the same tempo of a jab over and over again. There's no feint to it. He rarely mixes it up with the left hook.
Yeah.
It makes him a little bit predictable at times. Boxing at times is mostly patterns, being able to predict your opponent, where he's going to be at, and able to throw your shot to connect.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it depends on your opponent's boxing brain, how quickly they pick up on the pattern.
Completely agree.
Some guys figure it out early, and others take half the fight or more to suddenly realize, hang on, he's doing the same thing over and over, and you work your own solution to it. But if this goes 12, it's going to be a cracking fight because they really are throwing leather.
Almost the end of the third round coming up.
Yep. This is another close round, I think.
Shout out to B. Pauly saying, I'm going to say nothing as well. ... LOL. Matt and One Line Rob in the building. One Line Rob is a great nickname, by the way.
Robbie, One Line Rob, Hearn.
No, Hearns.
Hearns. Oh yeah, I got to get the
due to copyright. Due to copyright.
So silent S.
Yeah, due to copyright. That's why. End of the third round. That round was probably a Selby round. I have it 2-1 to Selby, but I can see it 2-1 to Warrington.
Yeah, I think, like I say, Warrington's just doing things in bursts, whereas Selby seems the more, doing work throughout the round. So depending how you look at it, but yeah, it's close. Apart from that second round, which I think was definitely a Warrington round.
Yeah, definitely.
Very close. But I want to see this eye again because it's definitely bleeding quite a lot, and whether they can't quite get it to close up in the corner, they seem to be doing a lot of work.
I don't blame them. They definitely need to tend to that. That's a big cut over the eye too. Warrington's going to land that right hand on it consistently. Definitely something to be concerned about.
And these little guys, when they get in close and start throwing, the heads get close, and so there's always a chance of another head clash. But it's Selby's corner said concentrate on making him miss.
Let us know in the chat if we are buffering at all. It just let me know. On my end, it doesn't say we're buffering, but some people are saying we are. Just let us know. Start of the fourth round. And by the way, if Rob's buffering, he should be. Rob's end will be buffering. My end won't be. So my camera should be good. Rob's camera should be shitty. Sorry. My bad.
Shout out to the shitty camera.
It's just the way it is. Technology. Shout out to that. We all need to be in studio together. Yeah.
I've got another chair.
Selby getting a little bit active here, throwing a lot of combinations. I like that.
This is when you wonder if the cut's playing on a fighter's mind. They either go into their shell or they try and fight out of it. And
well, it doesn't really seem to be bothering him that much. I don't see him really pawing at it either. Warrington's been able to land a few right hands in this round already that were pretty good. I think that Selby's actually doing pretty well with having a big cut over his head, over his eye, I should say, and also having a game opponent in front of him.
Yeah, definitely. I would personally like to see Warrington press a little more, but if he's working on, short bursts and looking to win at the end of the round to catch the judge's eyes, then, but that's his tactic. But I'd like to see him pressing more because I think Selby, when he's pressed, isn't maybe as good at his defensive as he is offensively. But These live fight chats are more difficult than I thought, Matt.
It is difficult.
You're kind of watching, but knowing you're talking, and you don't know if you're talking when you're actually watching.
Well, yeah, it's definitely different to commentate on a fight and to score a fight. Those are two completely different things.
Yeah, commentating. Obviously, the other people are watching. Some people will not be actually viewing the fight. But so this was on Showtime in the US. I'm glad they picked it up because it's nice when we get our fight shown over there.
Agreed. Lee Selby, I think, is just doing a much better job at controlling the Warrington's aggression in like bursts. Like Warrington has he would throw 3 or 4 punches in a row and then he's done. He'll be done. He's definitely fighting in spots, like as you said, Rob.
Yeah, but I think when he does it, it kind of It really disrupts Selby. I think I don't know. He just seems when Warrington does start throwing, he really does, kind of not like it. Not that anyone likes being punched, but he seems a little rushed and not as in control. But yeah, another round. I would perhaps give that Selby that one. He seemed more in control there.
Definitely agree.
So again, we're either what are we at? Either 2-2 or 3-1.
Yeah, Selby gaining a little more control as the round goes by.
Yeah. Shout out to the Tyson Fury advert between each and every round that I have to watch.
I'm not getting an advert at least, so that's good.
Yeah, you got your Showtime stream there.
Yeah, it's just straight through. Thank God.
Apparently, we're finding out Tyson Fury's opponent tonight.
Interesting.
But yeah, don't hold your breath on it being anyone major. Shout out to stadium fights. The atmospheres are always great.
Agreed.
Especially with a hometown fighter like that. It'd be interesting to hear what it's like for Spencer's fight.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix this lag that some people are trying to get.
Oh, okay.
My bad. Just keep talking.
No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, both guys a little slow in the first. Selby just behind his jab. Warrington still on the back foot, just covering up nicely behind his gloves, his guard. Oh, comes out again with another burst, chases him around the ring, but Selby done well there and seems to be moving a little better now, Selby, like he's got into a rhythm.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to the body a lot more. I've noticed that.
Yeah, if you've got a guy looking to be explosive and coming at, I think, work to the body, that explosiveness can disappear pretty quickly, I think. But as you like to point out, Matt, I've not stepped in the ring.
Selby throwing the right hand pretty well too, landing it pretty consistently now, whether it's to the body or to the head. He just has no power. He's always been that guy.
Yeah, I think for people that haven't got power, you need to become that sort of quite slick, skilled fighter. Otherwise, there's not a lot in the locker to go far in the game.
Completely agree. Selby, good left hook by Warrington right there.
Mm-hmm.
Both guys trying just to do their thing. I mean, neither guy I think is really taking like full control. Like even though Selby's winning these rounds, he's still getting hit with some good shots.
Yeah,
it's still a very competitive fight.
Yep.
Let us know in the chat what you guys have it scored as the 5th round is closing.
And don't forget to hit that thumbs up and share the show. Because I think we're going to be here for another 6 rounds after the finish of this one.
Yes, and also back for Gary Russell Jr. versus Jojo Diaz, and also Donna Stevenson versus Badu Jack. And those 2 shows will obviously have the full panel and callers and such. The show does not have callers, unfortunately, but you can hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and also Super chat. Super chats are always the best way to get your comment read on the show instantaneously.
Remember, everybody, you can always hit up Matt with $20 just so he can buy the zone when it's available.
That would be cool. Pittsburgh Brewers saying Warrington is fucking him up. I could say that's because Pittsburgh Brewer put money down on Warrington to win. And maybe
he's got Warrington or the draw, right?
Yeah, so maybe he's a little bit biased.
Pittsburgh Brewer loves those long odds.
Oh, yes, he does.
He wants always that small price paid, big return. That's always what he wants.
He has it 4-1 Warrington. Potential Lunatic has it 3-2 Warrington. I can see 3-2.
Yeah,
That's a little more realistic. But
4-1 is a bit of a stretch, I think.
That's Brewer, man. God bless him.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
Oh, it's too good.
Shout out to Nicola Adams. She got her first round win today. I believe she was at the fight party in Vegas, in LA, right?
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
I was a bit annoyed you didn't get a word with her, but it looked pretty crazy. People coming and going all the time. But
I talked to her very briefly.
Oh, you did?
But not on the show, obviously, not the live. But I talked to her very briefly.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, she was in and out of there pretty fast. Because that was right before like the shit was going, like shit was starting and everything. So everyone was trying to get to the event. Like we were wrapping up. We were only had like 5 minutes left on the show. Ooh, good uppercut by Selby. 6th round, about 2 minutes left in the round. Selby not worried about digging dirty in the phone booth and throwing some hooks. I like that.
Warrington really likes to burst forward and really chases man, doesn't he? He really almost runs at him with his flurries.
Yeah, I mean, like he's definitely think of any sort of plotter, not plotter, but like mauler, like a Provodnikov, like that sort of style. They tend to be of this ilk of jumping in, throwing hard hooks, and fighting in spots.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Selby's outworking him. That's the shocker here, in my opinion. I didn't think that would happen. Oh, good combination by Warrington.
Oh, I think Warrington's landing the heavier shot and the explosive shot, but when Selby can just settle into his work, he's just boxing him well. But the excitement's coming from Warrington, in my opinion.
Of course it is. Because when it's not, it's just Selby jabbing. Like it's just Selby boxing, and there's really no threat of a finish when that happens. When you have a Warrington like combination, you think, oh my god, like something could happen. Like Selby could get caught and he could drop.
Both eyes cut now.
They better not slap it off the cuts. I'll be pissed.
He said they're both accidental.
Oh wow, that's.
Oh, what? He's saying stop the fight and go to the scorecards.
Nah. Oh my god.
Cornerman's telling the doctor, you don't need to stop that. He's obviously worried about the scorecards.
I mean, I would be too. This is a competitive fight. I mean, even though we're thinking Selby's doing better.
We're good.
Even though we think Selby is doing better than I think even what Brew is and maybe like a potential Lunatic and others, but the fight's close. The fight's competitive. Like
it is, yeah.
Warrington,
like I say, there's those swing rounds that maybe go either way. A couple of those definitely gave Warrington the second.
Good right hand by Warrington. God. See, like he's won this round in my opinion. Like just the optics
definitely.
of it.
Yeah. Oh, another.
Oh wow.
He is just chasing him around, landing. Yeah.
This is in Leeds. Come on.
Selby grabbing hold.
Get it right, Rob. It's in Leeds. Don't you know your UK geography?
What did I say?
You said London.
No, I said landing.
Ah, they said London. Chasing around London. You know, I'm like, oh, okay.
Chasing around landing.
Yeah, now I understand when you enunciate, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry, old boy.
God, Warrington's hooks. Those hurt my body, man. Like that round.
I know.
God.
Oh.
Easy Warrington round, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is close. This is I kind of So
They need to get to work on these cuts because
it's probably around 3-3 right now, or 4-2 for Warrington.
yeah,
In my opinion, it's either 4-2 Warrington or 3-3 drawed up right now. That's what I think, and that's probably not what Selby wants.
no. Just trying to hear this corner. 1 second.
No one cares, Rob. He's asking where the fuck am I cut, and they're saying all over the place, dog. Okay.
Left, right. Where do you want to stop? Jeez.
Yeah, they're probably telling him, "What are you doing, brawling with this guy? Get on the
This is
back
what-
foot and jab,
Yeah.
and just turn the corner and get out of there. Make sure like Canelo did with the right hand of Triple G. Like just turn it, boom, sidestep out. And Selby's good enough and he's fast enough to do that. Like I don't know why he's just not doing that. God,
For sure. It was just after the first round. I said if Selby's going to try and go to war with him, I think that is definitely going to be a mistake. But yeah, here we go.
Barry's scorecard is 59-56 for Warrington.
Yeah, he had round 4 as a 10-10 round.
Really?
Yeah.
We're throwing out 10-10 rounds now. Interesting. Yo, UK loves 10-10 rounds.
Well, if you really can't decide who won it.
I mean, it's just it's like not saying that 10-10 rounds don't exist, but we don't have them here in the U.S. that much. Just saying.
No.
They're a rarity. Oh my god!
I'm really impressed with Warrington, to be honest.
Selby just tried doing the Lomachenko and completely missed like the glove grab, and oh my god, that looks so bad.
Levels.
Slow down round for both guys. Warrington always taking a round off after he has a huge explosion.
Yeah, I think that's what he's done throughout the rounds. He's just, hung back, try to absorb anything that comes from Selby, which are only jabs, really, an occasional right hand. But
God, right hands from Warrington, explosion, and we were wrong. Warrington fucking kicking his ass.
Yeah, man.
God. And I remember you vaguely saying that Selby was going to dominate him. Just want to throw that out.
I did. I thought he was going to, despite Warrington's heart, I thought Selby was going to school him. But shout out to Warrington. This is great. Real good fight as well.
Warrington not a cut on him, too. God.
No, man.
Lucky bastard.
Selby looks like he's been in there with a light heavyweight or something.
Yeah, Selby looks like he's been fucked up. Like he looks like he got like messed up at a bar.
He's got like the Legion of Doom face paint on. Referee's shirt's covered in blood. Everyone's covered in blood. Don't play boxing.
Selby definitely not liking the pressure anymore. You can definitely
Not at all. He's just pouring that jab out now. There's no pop on it anymore.
I feel like that was a Warrington round just because Selby really didn't do anything and Warrington landed the better shots. But, I mean, God, Warrington's probably winning this fight. Warrington's probably going to win it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the new.
I will, and the new, yeah. I will happily eat my crow for this one. Shout out.
Caca.
What?
What's the corner saying, Rob? What's the corner saying? Our corner reporter over here.
He's telling the big guy. He's telling Warrington that he's going to be looking for big single shots now. He thinks Selby's starting to really tire, and he probably knows he's behind on the cards as well. But Selby throwing heavy singles doesn't necessarily equal knockouts.
I don't predict Selby to look for single shots. That makes no sense. Because there's enough
No.
there's enough rounds where he could actually feasibly win a decision.
I mean, what we got 4 left? Yeah, I mean that would
5 including this one. 5 including this one.
yeah. Brew will be hoping that brings it level with a draw.
I mean, theoretically, in Brew's scorecard, if Selby comes out and wins every one of these rounds, show that he is that masterclass boxer and he can just box the shoes off, it would probably be a draw or close to it. But no, he's brawling. No, he's brawling. He's decided to I'm gonna be an idiot and be in the phone booth and start throwing hooks. What is he thinking?
As long as Warrington's got the conditioning and he can keep putting in these bursts, I can't see.
He'll steal the rounds. He's gonna keep stealing rounds that way.
I can't see Selby getting back into this. You know, he's kind of been through it this week. His team and the van that he was leaving the weigh-in yesterday got a little bit of attention off Warrington fans.
They gave Selby the last round.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Okay.
It's gonna be one of those fights, Rob. It's gonna be one of those. Because people are counting all this right here, like all these jabs and like the
yeah, but a lot are missing, or they're on the gloves, or he's slipping them.
Mm-hmm. And then you see Warrington come back with like 2 hooks on the inside.
Yeah,
kind of rough him up, you know. Like it's gonna be that sort of round for these next 4 or so, and it's gonna be hard to score.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And then you have the occasional burst from Warrington that makes it look. Oh, another good right hand by Warrington as they exchange right hands. Selby, those, I mean, pretty good chin. I mean, none of these have like really rocked him in a way where he's like stumbling back to the ropes, like he needs to shell up and tie up.
I mean, again, Warrington's not got the most impressive KO record.
True.
But
he definitely seems to be the more power puncher of the two.
Yeah. I think
just of the matchup between them.
Definitely.
Regardless of their records, Warrington is the heavier hitter of the two, by far.
Yeah. I think the shots have landed, and they've bothered Selby more than anything that's landed from Selby's that's bothered Warrington for sure.
Like all of that right there. I mean, left hooks, right hands from Warrington. And Selby looks bad. Like there's times he almost looks like he's getting hurt. Like
yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's really affecting him. Whereas Warrington, whether it's on pure heart and in front of the home crowd, but he seems to be able to take a punch.
Definitely. There hasn't been a single shot that seemed to have affected Warrington in any way, in my opinion.
No. It hasn't slowed him down. And like I say, like we've been saying, it's like he takes a little bit of the round off, you know, gets on his back foot a little bit and just shells up a little, and then just bang, just explodes again. Again,
Selby is fighting a fight that he should not be fighting. He's fighting Warrington's fight. He's continuing to allow himself to be in the phone booth. He could easily pull Chris Algieri against Ruslan and just go on your bicycle. Stick the jab out there, go on your bicycle, outland him, win rounds. And he's not doing that.
No.
And, I mean, credit to him, you know, big balls. I mean, as always, but he's fighting a detrimental game plan and strategy for him to win this fight.
It's just against his skill set.
It is. Absolutely.
So,
and you don't want to fight the inside fight with the guy that has shorter arms and more power than you.
Yeah.
Like, that just is fundamentally, you know, a bad idea in the boxing world.
Yeah. Definitely.
They gave Selby that last round, too. But that round was close. That
was closer than the one
there was no real explosion from Warrington, but Warrington landed better shots towards the end as well.
Yeah, you know, a little later in the fight now, maybe the explosiveness is really, you know, starting to dwindle. I know these guys train for 12 rounds. They do 15 rounds on the bags. They do this, that, and the other. But, you know, as you know, these bags and stuff don't hit back, and it's totally different when you've got the opponent hitting you back and everything like that. So you're bound to tie her up slowly, but maybe he took a round off.
Warrington's also pulling the veteran move of really press on the gas in the last minute of the round. Because that's really what people remember of the round is that last minute and a half.
Yeah, if the things in the early part of the round aren't special, but it's still good work, like jabbing and things like that. But if you put that last minute in and explosive and hooks and, you know, straight rights and things like that, that just can steal you the round, no problem.
Easily. And I mean, look, we already have a minute down in this round. I think Selby won that first minute or so, but we know Warrington's going to come in the last minute and a half, and throw some combinations. Selby's going to get sloppy on the inside, look like a hook, look like a shot gazelle in the African wild. Like it's just, I'm sorry, like this is. I mean, I should have picked Warrington. I was going to go with my gut. I'm not going to be a doomy here and like be like, oh, I picked him to survive all 12. Like, no, I'm not that guy. But man, Warrington was a live dog, and all those people that bet money on Warrington, like Bruce and others, you guys were smart.
Yeah, 'cause I think you just kind of agreed that Selby was the better skilled fighter, but you definitely gave Warrington a better shot at it, and that Selby in the past gets sloppy, and we've seen him sort of
struggle,
struggle and switch off during fights and stuff, where that he should have been winning easily. Because, like you say, the record's not tremendous. So these are guys that, as a world champion, shouldn't pose a problem, but he just seems to switch off. But yeah, your pick was, despite looking like it's going to be wrong, was a better pick than my one.
I think Selby is also one of those guys like Frampton, where he spent a lot of his prime fighting guys that were kind of pointless.
Yeah, maybe.
Unfortunately, him and like Frampton went to war with guys that they probably shouldn't have been going to wars with.
Yeah, exactly.
And not that's not counting the rounds and rounds of sparring for training for all these fight camps all throughout their lives. Like these are old guys in terms of boxing age, guys like Selby and Frampton. Guys like Warrington's young, even though he has around almost the same amount of fights as Selby. I think he only has like eight less fights than Selby.
Yeah,
I mean he is much younger in terms of boxing age than a guy like Selby, drastically.
Yeah. It looks like the winner of this fight will be put against Frampton next,
as he should be, as the winner of this fight should be.
Well, I think in the last fight, Frampton won the to be like mandatory to who broke his jaw? Oscar Valdez.
Scott Quigg.
Yeah, but Oscar Valdez won and then got the broken jaw there, and he wasn't going to be ready to try and do a deal, I think, with Frampton next. So they moved their attention to the winner of this fight.
I think Warrington beats Frampton at this point.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're sleeping on Frampton myself, but
I'm a huge Frampton fan, but I mean he's struggled with guys he shouldn't be struggling with, and he looks old. Like these are just simple things I think that are observable.
Yeah, I mean
the Frampton that fought Leo in that first fight is no longer here with us.
He put on a good display against. I know Donaire obviously getting on in his career now and whatever, but it was a very good display against Donaire.
They gave Warrington that last round. That's so interesting. The last three rounds, in my opinion, have been arguably like the same round.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking, but as the round was closing off, so I didn't get to mention it. But I was going to say, here we go with the Warrington explosive combinations at the end of the round, and they gave it to him that time. But would that be something a corner would shout out? Like, there's a minute left in the round, like.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes,
that is a tactic.
Yes, 100%.
Obviously, unless you hear a corner mic'd up throughout a fight, you don't tend to hear that. But I just wondered, there's a guy there with a stopwatch or whatever, like turn it on, like Ivan Drago's trainer when he just tells him to kill him. No.
God, those hooks of fucking Warrington. Brutal. Selby fighting on the inside again. Like he doesn't want to reestablish his distance, reestablish range, get out of there. No, he's willing to fight on the inside, which makes zero sense. God.
Warrington really shouts up well, even when he's in the pocket like that. He really gets his gloves up. And I think Selby's really not been effective in there at all, and not necessarily that he's not a great inside fighter himself, but Warrington's defense is pretty decent.
almost the end of the 10th round. I think Warrington should be far ahead on the scorecards at this point. Not far ahead, but I mean he should be up by at least 2 or 3 rounds, in my opinion.
Yeah, enough.
Enough to where these last 2 rounds are almost meaningless.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you just never know with judges. Obviously, you'll hear the scorecards read out. How many times do we hear it? And everyone's like, "What?" But quite often, there's 2 you agree with, or 1 you think, "Yeah, that's how I had it." Another guy had it maybe a 1 point different, and you're like, "Yeah, okay." And then someone comes out of nowhere with this crazy card, and you're like, "Jesus."
Ryan Fletcher saying Warrington's edging it against a poor Selby and ain't the same as getting in with Frampton. I would argue it's actually much more impressive because Selby has the athletic and physical attributes to back up his boxing ability that Frampton does not. Frampton has often been a phenomenal boxer, but is short with short arms, and that has hurt him at times. Look at the second Leo fight. So if Warrington's able to get around this taller, bigger guy like Selby, what do you think he's going to do with a guy that's probably his size or smaller in Frampton? Styles make fights, and I think Frampton would have a much harder time keeping Warrington off of him than a Selby, just to pure physical attributes.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. So good. Took a good right hand there off Selby on the replay there, but yeah, I know what you're saying, but I really think
R. Kelly in the chat still says, I still think Selby's winning. Interesting. Let us know what rounds you have. I'd be interested in that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think with Frampton, I think he's working really well now under the new trainer since the split with Shane McGuigan.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've really struck a chord now. They had that first fight together that he didn't look that impressive and questionably maybe lucky to have won it even almost, but he looked a lot better, a lot happier against Donaire.
True, he looked better.
So yeah,
Donaire. I agree.
There's a lot going on in the background regarding a lawsuit and things like that. But yeah, we'll see. But be interesting whether Frampton's allowed in the ring or anything like that after this, or what the fighters say at the end of it, depending on who wins.
Or if we have a draw, who knows?
It
wouldn't be the craziest thing we've seen.
No. I mean, the only way I'd be happy with a draw is just for Pittsburgh Brew and his bet.
Only if we get a cut of it. That's the only reason I'd be happy about that.
Yeah,
I fucking hate draws. Fuck that.
I'll call in a draw for you, Brew, as long as there's a percentage. Show me the bag.
God, Selby literally threw everything he had into that right hand, and it did nothing. It was so sad.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, like he put his whole body into it, and it hit Warrington's glove, and it just like bounced off. It was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Taping up the gloves as there was some loose tape on Warrington's hand.
Empire Pro Tape getting a little shout out there. Nice screenshot.
Strategic marketing. They cut the tape on purpose to get that close shot. About a minute left in the 11th round. One more to go after this. Let us know in the chat who you have. What's the scorecard for you? God, I just want this fight to be over.
People need to hit that thumbs up for One-Liner Robbie's debut as a live fight chat.
Is this your? It's not your debut as a live fight chat. Stop that.
What live fight chat have I done?
Joe Cordina.
Yeah, but that was kind of.
That was really bad.
This is our first official. Yeah, you were tinkering with technology, trying to work out.
Yeah, and we still had issues for this one, man. Like it happens.
Like, yeah.
Like
I count this as my official debut.
And plus the other one's deleted because I was scared of Sky Sports.
It's deleted.
Hold on.
He's deleted.
Yeah, I was scared. I was scared of Sky Sports finding that.
That was the undercard to the YouTube takedown.
Yeah, man. I don't know how we got away with that one.
Yeah, they're like, nah, Joe Cordina.
It's Joe. It's just Joe, man. We don't give a fuck about that one.
Oh,
God, neither guy are doing anything, in my opinion, to take it away in this round.
no.
I think Selby's probably been edging this round, but it's close.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been fine, Matt. Apart from that odd couple of rounds where you can easily, you can really,
That were true Warrington rounds.
yeah.
And there's a couple that were like
the other ones that if you went with Warrington, you could say, yeah, I understand, and if you went with Selby, yeah, I can see that. So these scorecards are going to be interesting, I think.
Yo, Rob, be a super producer in the back right now. People are saying in the chat that Wilder got suspended by the New York State Athletic Commission. Find out if that's fake news or not. I'm curious. Some good highlights of a Warrington right hand. Heading into the last and final round of Lee Selby versus Josh Warrington. Get hyped, everyone. With your favorite YouTube channel. Thaboxingvoice coming in early for a live fight chat. I mean, come on, you can't hate on that. I don't have like English music, and that was like the closest thing to like ethnic. And I know English isn't ethnic, but I'm like, yeah, it's foreign. Like it's close enough. Any truth to the fake news there, Rob?
Can't see nothing at the moment.
Fake news then. Fake news. Get out of here, fake news. Ooh, good right hand by Warrington again. Every time they've been able to exchange right hand, Warrington's been able to land his first and more effectively. Still trying to look over there for stuff, Rob, or are you just not
I'm still looking. Sorry, I was just still looking.
It's fake news. It's fake news. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's good. Shout out to the YouTube chat.
Ask them for a link, Matt. Link.
Link. Yeah, send us a link, okay?
Link and source.
Link
Send
and
it to
source, bitch.
at the Boxing Voice or at UK Rob TBV, and I will mull it over and see if it's show worthy.
Alex Lemon in the chat saying, Matt, ... You couldn't pull Ness in, huh? LOL. Yo, you know Ness wasn't gonna be on for this live fight chat. Come on, fam. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's debatable whether the later ones will go ahead anyway. Depends on the whether Nez went for a run. Needs a coffee.
Yo, he's taking a nap. Let's be honest. We know Ness. Old man Ness.
Giving away background information now, Matt.
Yeah. Well, that's pre-pro, man. That's pre-pro. We can't talk about that.
Yeah, pre-pro flagged.
Flagged. I got a what's the term? Fuck. Shout out to the weed.
Oh.
I got a citation? No, that's not right. That's not right. I'm digressing. Back to the fight. We haven't talked about it at all in this last round. Shout out to us.
It's pretty much the same.
It's exactly the same as the last 5 rounds. Like it's been the same fight pretty much.
Yeah,
like,
it's
the intensity might have been
round 1 to 12 is pretty much been the same.
Like the intensity might have been marginally increased here and there, but I mean, it was the same round for 12 rounds. So.
Yeah. So in the chat, you're gonna have to let us know who's won the fight.
Yes. Please let me know who won, because I don't know who won. I'm probably giving it to Warrington. But I mean, I want to rewatch this and like actually score it, because I wasn't really scoring it. I was just commentating on it.
I'm leaning to Warrington.
But I could see a draw. I can't safely say I can see a Selby win, though. I can't see that. I don't know how that would work. You would have to give him the benefit of the doubt in almost every single round. And
I always worry when
one
fighter just doesn't put his hands up. I always see, whenever you see a fight, you always see both boxers put their hands up.
Well,
and you
they
always think,
know.
why has he got his hands up?
They know who won. I mean, like, you always know who won when you're in the fight.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's just something about like it's like he's already knows he's lost, and I know the judges are probably totting up their cards, but I just always think it's a bad look. I think you've got to do that thing and look convincing right to the end.
Completely agree, but I think after 12 rounds of a arguable war, which they just went through, like, that's the last thing on your mind. The first thing on your mind is, like, I need some water. I need to sit down. My head hurts. What the fuck just happened? You don't remember half of it already.
Yeah.
What's this? Does brew? I mean, on BoxRec it does say suspended. I don't know.
Really?
It
I didn't
does.
think to look on BoxRec.
Yes. Shout out to Pittsburgh Brew, the actual super producer in this shit. Do you have the?
I'm a co-host. I can't do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It would.
You
I think it would probably have to do with that whole.
The marijuana in the car.
No, the whole like get a body. Like it's all. I think it has to do with that. Like there was investigations about that. Like the WBC. The WBC was going to investigate that. I think Nevada was going to do that as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Matt did that.
I believe the WBC spoke to him and he gave an apology.
Yes,
and everything was fine.
I would assume it has to do with that because that's the last time I heard about anything happening. Georgie Porgy saying, Matt, you a cancer to boxing. Georgie, you are a cancer to the English language. Chris Camillo with the super chat. Shout out to you.
Thank you very much.
So I don't know if it's fake news, but I mean, I need to see something on this. That would be my only inclination as to what that is about.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Another podcast here with some English guys said that if that was Anthony Joshua that said those remarks about catching a body and wanting to have a body on the record, the British Boxing Board of Control would have suspended him there and then.
Yeah, the British Boxing Board of Control is very different though than the ABC, which would be the equivalent in the U.S. Oh, here's the judge's scorecard. Dun dun dun.
What have people got in the chat?
I don't know. People are ahead of us, so I don't know what's what. I don't know what's fake news.
Split decision.
Huh. 7-5 Selby.
Cue the cheers.
I think that was what. I didn't hear it because you were talking, so I think that was 8-4 Warrington. Josh Warrington.
And the news.
There we go. Shout out to my audio.
Look at that ring. It's absolutely blood everywhere.
Shout out to my audio being so far behind my my YouTube. Cool for that. Like desperately far behind. Like the guy's like mouth and lips were completely off. But digressing. Immediate reaction, Rob. Go.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Warrington. Proved me wrong. Not that that means anything, but absolute great heart. Really showed, and I think Selby has shown a little, maybe hints of decline here and there, but I really expected him to show up and school Warrington, but I'm happy to take my crow. That was a great fight. Maybe two guys without great power, but they really, really went to war. Two nasty cuts for Selby, but great performance from Warrington. I can't argue with the decision. And the new world champion in front of his home fans. Shout out.
B. Pauly saying, wow, they robbed Josh. No, they didn't. B, because Josh Warrington won. Good show, Matt and Rob. I don't know if you're listening to the right show there, B. I'm very concerned about what you listen to. But final thoughts. Josh Warrington, I've absolutely proved that he belongs at, not necessarily like that he's elite, but it shows that he belongs at this level. Like him against a Frampton. I might pick Warrington at this point. Like he looks more in his prime. That to me is always a major factor going into fights. So Warrington may be a guy that just became world level. Like he was once domestic level, now he is world level. So shout out to Josh Warrington for being a world champion now, realizing his dream probably, and shout out to Lee Selby. I mean, still I think an absolute player in this division, still absolute class boxer. Somebody I definitely want to see again. Like you said, Rob, maybe his time in the sun may be up, and that just does happen. Some guys just get old, and it may happen overnight, and it may happen over a couple of years, but guys get old in this sport, guaranteed. So shout out to the man himself, Lee Selby, and obviously the new Josh Warrington, world champion. We'll be back for the Gary Russell versus Joseph Diaz live fight chat media reaction at, I believe, 7 p.m. Eastern. No, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then debating, obviously, when the main event starts. That's when our live fight chat for Badu Jack versus Adonis Stevenson, or I should say Adonis Stevenson versus Badu Jack. That will start probably around 11 to midnight Eastern time, sometime tonight, whenever the main event starts. So tune in for that.
And UK fans, that you can get Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack on Sky Sports tonight as well.
Well, thank you for that, Rob. They definitely would want to know that. Make sure you call in 1-425-569-5241 or add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to call in for those shows. We are out of here. Let us know in the comment section and the YouTube live chat who you thought won, what you thought of the fight. Give it a letter grade, too. Did you think this is a contender for a fight of the year, potentially? I don't know.
Were me and Matt better than the usual fight chats? Were me and Matt that great?
Yes, that is absolutely more important, Rob.
That's what you wanted to say. That's what you really wanted to say.
That is absolutely what I wanted to say, is that definitely let us know in the comment section if you like us more than this, because that's all we care about. Oh, find me at Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram and Twitter. Mixed Combat Radio coming back this week, I think on Wednesday. The return of it live on YouTube, Mixed Combat Radio.
You just ruined the whole stream.
Stop. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? And patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice to help support your favorite channel. Rob, let them know where to find you.
Instagram and Twitter at UK Rob TBV.
Peace.